Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to another presentation of our 1971 Swinging A's replay using Deep Drive Baseball. This is one of the most fun games that I play, and it's very affordable. You can get the whole season with every player for $12 PDF. We are going to be playing the Oakland A's at home at Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. They will be facing off against the Milwaukee Brewers. And the Brewers are going to pitch Marty Pattin. And he will be facing Jim Catfish Hunter, the ace of the athletic staff. So this is, let me show you a couple of things on Deep Drive Baseball. Here are the rules of Deep Drive Baseball. Let me show you. This is the rule book. That's it. One page, back and front. And the charts are basically two charts. '71 ranges, and then the general chart. That's it. So we're going to get started. It's going to be Tommy Harper, third baseman, followed by Mike Hegan, the first baseman. Then it's Dave May, Andy Cosco, the left fielder, cleanup. Batting fifth is B. Voss, Ted Kubiak. Batting sixth is second base. Voss is in right field, by the way. Elio Rodriguez, the catcher. Batting eighth is the shortstop, Rick Auerbach, and then batting ninth is Marty Pattin, the pitcher. Pitchers were batting back in 1971 in the American League. So let's get started. And the way you play this, you roll 3d10. You read the red and the white, and then the green will give you the out result. It's a 0-2. And you start with the batter up to 50, up to 49, and then the pitcher goes 50 to 99. So it's going to be a 0-2, and that's going to be a deep drive. We've got a deep drive section here, which we will look at. And that's always fun to roll on. All right, so we are going to roll here. Now we're going to use this number because the deep drive section gets us to look at the ballpark card, and that's a within zero. It's a 3 within 0.7, so that means it's a potential home run, depending, of course, on the batter's ability now. So let's see. It's going to be 0 to 27 is going to be a home run, or 85 to 99 is going to be a home run off the bat of Harper. Harper hit 14 home runs. Here's a pitch, and that's a 34. That's going to be one hop off the wall for Tommy Harper to lead off the game. So he is at second base. Put that to the side. And Mike Keegan, the left-hander's up. Now with a runner on base, he can get picked off, so we're going to be rolling the D20 to see if that happens. We're not rolling for a pickoff, we're rolling for a double play. No, we're rolling for a wild pitch pass ball on the D20. If it's a 0, if it's a 1, then we're going to get, if we roll a 1 on the D20, then we're going to check for pass ball, wild pitch. This is going to be a 61 off Jim Catfish Hunter, and that's a base on balls. So right off the bat, Catfish starts off a little shaky. Now it's Dave May. He batted .277 with 16 home runs. And here is the pitch from Catfish. It's going to be a 91 and then a 5. So a 91 is going to be an out. A 5 out is a ground ball to second base. And that, I believe, let's see what that's going to be. We got to check the ground balls. I haven't played this in a while, so I don't have it memorized like I did before. But here's a ground ball chart with runners on first and second. A G4 is going to be an I, which is going to say runner on first is forced out at second, other advance. Okay. So the 5 off of Hunter is going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice. And runner on third. First and third now with 1 out. Infield is going to play back to try to get a double play. Prevent the big inning. And here goes. You read the red. It's a 98 and a 6. That's going to be off Hunter because it's above 50. 98. It's going to be an out. And then a 6 is going to be a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop, just what the doctor ordered. This looks like it's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Let's look first and third. Hard hit ground ball. It's a K. And it's going to read runner on first out on front end of double play. So Campaneris flips it to Green to throw to Epstein, and it's a 6-4-3 DP. And the Braves, despite a double and a walk, failed to score. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the first. It's going to be Bert Campaneris, the shortstop, followed by Joe Rudy, the left fielder, and Reggie Jackson, the right fielder. In the cleanup spot is the Super Jew Mike Epstein, the first baseman. Sal Bando, the captain, batting 5th at third base. Rick Monday, the center fielder, batting 6th. Batting 7th is Dave Duncan, the catcher. It is Green at second base, and then finally Catfish Hunter batting 9th. Now, there's no score. We're in the bottom of the first, and this is the team. This is the superstar team that got the A's to 3 consecutive World Series from 72 to 74. By 75, 76, and the team broke up, and basically there was nobody left by 77, and by 1978 and 79 they're losing almost 100 games. In 79 I think they lost 108 games, and that's when 1980s when Billy Ball took over, and he actually got them to have a winning record again. So here's Bert Campaneris. Now we don't have to roll the d20 because there's nobody on base. We only do that with guys on base. Checking for wild pitch, pass, ball. Here's a pitch. And that is going to be a 76. So that is going to be off Pattin. And that's going to be an out. We look at the green. So we read the red and the white, 76. And then the green is a 6. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. One away. So Auerbach throws out Campaneris. Next batter is Joe Rudy. This game plays pretty fast once you get into the rhythm. That's a 96 and an 8. That's off Pattin. Anything over 50 is going to be Pattin, so that's going to be a 96. So a 96 and an 8 is a fly ball, center field. Joe Rudy flies out to the center fielder, Dave May, and here comes Reginald Martinez Jackson. This is game number 40. We are 20. The A's are 23 and 16. That's going to be a 69. 69 is a strikeout. So Jackson chases a ball outside the strike zone. And we have an inning complete. We go to the top of the second. So you got a lefty, Bill Voss, coming up against Jim Catfish Hunter. That's a 60. That's a base on balls. That's the second walk allowed by Hunter. Just checking for his run rating. He's average speed. Now we start throwing that D20 to look for that 1. And that is going to be 59. That's going to be off Catfish. And Catfish is struggling. A single, an SI, is going to, I believe, stop him at second base. Yep, he stops at second. So that is going to be runners on first and second. And Kubiak with a single. He's a switch hitter. Here comes Ellie Rodriguez. And we throw that D20, looking for the 1. There's a pitch. It's a 75 and a 4, and that is going to be a slow ground ball to the shortstop. There's going to be only one play, and that's going to be to first. Both runners move up, second and third now. And in this situation, the infield is going to be in simply because there's nobody on first to get a double play on. So we're going to bring the infield in on this to try to get the runner out at home. That is, again, the D20, not a 1. Here's a pitch. And that is going to be a 14, and that is a strikeout. So Auerbach goes down swinging for the second out. Good news for Catfish. Now he's going to be facing the pitcher. Pitcher batted .084. Most pitchers have batting cards with this game. Marty Pattin batted .084 in 99 plate appearances. And he's got runners on second and third. See if Hunter can get out of this jam. There's a pitch, and he will get out of the jam with a 33, and that is going to be an out. It's going to be off the batter. It's going to be a ground ball to third. Bando up with it, over to first, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base, and we go to the bottom of the second. These cards are super easy to read, so if you don't like those cards with really small, tiny letters, these cards have big old fonts, very easy to read. Mike Epstein. This is one of my favorite games. The only drawback is that they have one season in every decade. So yeah, they have one season in every decade. They have for the 70s, they have 71. I don't know that. I think they're working on a 60s season. For the 80s, they have 85. For the 90s, they have 94. For the 2000s, they have 2001. And then for the 2010s, they have 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, so it's Mike Epstein. He's a left-handed hitter. He's a cleanup hitter, and he's leading off the bottom of the second inning. We don't have to throw that D20. There's nobody on base. And here's the pitch from Marty Pattin. That's going to be a 49 and an 8. 49 is going to be off Epstein. It's going to be an out, and an 8 is a fly ball deep center field. Now medium center field. One down. This is Sal Bando, the captain, with a 0-8. And that's going to be line base hit. So the captain's on with a single. Here's Rick Monday. Now we're throwing that D20, looking for that one row. Nothing there, and that is a 10, which is ball 4. That puts runners on first and second for the A's. And up comes Dave Duncan. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 31. 31 is an out. Kind of an out. I can't see that green. It's a 1. It's going to be a pop-up. Third baseman for out number 2. Third baseman is Harper. And it's Dick Green now. Here's a pitch, and that is a 52 off of Pattin. That's a deep drive. A 9 is going to stop it from. A 9 is going to make it a fly ball to center field, potentially, if we get that symbol, that cross symbol. So we are going to roll here on Dick Green's deep drive. So this is a deep drive or a great catch in the outfield, a 43, and that's going to be one hop off the wall, splits the outfielders. So Green drives one in the gap, and that's going to score with 2 outs. This should score, double should score 2. On first is Monday. Monday fast. Well, actually, he's average, but he becomes fast, so he is going to score. 2-run double. For Dick Green. And he drives in number 5 and 6. Trying to figure out where I'm going to put that in there. These boxes are pretty small. All right, so we're going to also add 2 little dots here. So we know that he had 2 RBIs. So it's 2-0 A's thanks to Dick Green, a 2-out double. And here's Jim Catfish Hunter. Now, Catfish Hunter batted .350 in 1971 in 109 plate appearances. Here's a pitch, and that is going to be a red. Can't see it. It's a 27 and a 1. That is going to be a defensive check. So we're going to do a defensive check here for 1971. And we're going to roll 2D10. It's going to be a 25. That's going to make it a range chart. It's going to be a range check. We're going to roll again. And it's a 68. 68 is going to be a fly ball to left field. Our left fielder is Costco, and Costco is a pretty good left fielder, and he's going to run that down in the corner. He is a 4. Oh, wait a second. No, here. 68 is the left fielder, and he is a 4, and he runs that down. It's going to be a shallow fly to end the inning. But the A's pick up a couple of runs on 2 hits. They lead at 2-0. All right, Tommy Harper leading off the top of the 3rd. '71 A's deep drive baseball 40. That's going to be off Hunter. And the 6 is going to be a medium grounder to the shortstop Campaneris. Waits back now, charges. Throw to first in time, 1 down. As you can see, we're picking up the rhythm a little bit. Hey there, RF. How are you? Good morning, brother. 61. And that's going to be off Catfish Hunter, and that's going to be another walk. So Catfish has struggled. The control has been an issue. He's given up 3 walks. Dave May is up. And that is a 25 off May. And the 2 is going to be a comebacker to Catfish. You may be able to get the fielder's choice here on this. Runner on first G1 is a B. Lead runner forced out, so Catfish gets the ball, throws to second for 1, back to first, not in time. Fielder's choice. Dave Mays on at first. He's a fast runner. Let's see his stolen base rating. 2C, not very good. If I roll really low, I'll check the stolen base. If I don't, I won't worry about it. Yeah, 65 is not going to do it. And that is going to be a strikeout to end the inning. Costco down on strikes. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We'll go to bottom of the third. Campaneris leading us off. 2-0 A's. 44 and an 8. It's going to be a fly ball right field. 1 down. Joe Rudy's next. Marty Pattin on the mound for the Brewers. It's a 43 and a 5, and that is going to be a hard hit ground ball to second base. That's Kubiak. Throws him out, and here's Reginald Martinez Jackson. He flied out he struck out his first at bat today. It's a 75, and that is going to be a ground ball to first base. Hegan scoops it, steps on the bag ahead of Jackson. That was a very quick inning, 10-second inning. Bill Voss, top of the fourth. It's a lefty, plays right field. And here's the pitch from Catfish. 64, that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Catfish with his 3rd strikeout. Kubiak is next with a 12, and that is going to be ball 4. So you can get walks off the batter and walks off the pitcher. So, and here's Ellie Rodriguez. Now we got to throw that D20, looking for that 1 for the check for a pass ball, wild pitch. It's going to be a 28 and a 3, and that's going to be a hard hit ground ball to Bando. Bando goes to second for 1, relay to first in time, 5-4-3, double play. And we'll just check that real quick with a runner on first, a hard hit ground. There's an E, and that's a lead runner out in front end of double play. So I'm starting to remember. So it goes faster once you just remember that the hard hit balls are usually double plays. Epstein. So you got soft hit balls, you have hard hit balls, and that's what you got here. And then you got, of course, medium. You got soft balls, medium balls, and hard balls. Mike Epstein. Bottom of the fourth. It's an 83. That's going to be off Pattin. Anything above a 50 is off Pattin. 83 and a 3. That's granted to third. Harper throw to first and in time. 1 down here at the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 A's. It's an 89 and a 5. It's going to be off Pattin. A 5 is going to be a slow grounder to second base. Charging hard is Kubiak. Scoops it, throws in one motion, and gets his man, Bando. Bando hustling down the line. Close play, made it close. Here's Rick Monday with 2 outs. He saved the flag, 99. That is going to be a 0. That's going to be lined and caught by the second baseman. So he hit it on the nose, but right at Kubiak. Go to top of the 5th. If you notice, it's picking up speed. Here's Rick Orbach with a 27 and a 7, and that is a fly ball, shallow left. Racing in is Rudy, and Rudy gets there in time. 1 down. Marty Pattin, the pitcher. Here's the pitch from Catfish, 89. I don't see that. 89 is going to be a ground ball to first base. Epstein, 2 down. And the lineup turns over. We go to the top of the lineup. Tommy Harper, who's 1 for 2 with a double. That's an 88 and a 5, and that is ground ball second base. And that retires aside. Bottom of the 5th. Dave Duncan. Dave Duncan popped up and is only at bat today. Here's a pitch from Pattin. That's a 20. It's a strikeout. 1 down. Dick Green is next. Dick Green is giving in the 2 runs today with a double. 28 and a 7. It's a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop. Auerbach over to Hegan, 2 down. And here's Catfish. Catfish is 0 for 183 and a 7. And that's a fly ball right field. Can of corn out there for Voss. And that retires the side, top of the 6th. 2-0 A's. Catfish has had some issues with control. He's walked 1, 2, 3, 4. Mike Hegan's up. That's a 94 and a 0. That's line and caught by shortstop Campaneris. 1 down. Reading the red, then the white. 63, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Catfish. Dave May. Angry with himself. Here's Costco. Andy Costco. Let's say 19. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for another strikeout for Catfish. No runs, no hits. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Here's Bert Campaneris leading it off. He's 0 for 2 today. It's a 52. That's going to be a deep drive off Pattin. And we're looking at a 5, so that could be a home run. He does have a little bit of power. He hit 5 home runs. So we're going to roll off a deep drive. So Campaneris gets a hold of one, drives it deep. And that's going to be a 13. And that is going to be a home run. Bert Campaneris connects and drives one over the left center field fence for a home run. Makes the score 3. 3-0 A's. Let's say Joe Rudy. And Joe Rudy gets a hold of one, drives it deep. And with a 3, that could also be a home run. We're going to see Rudy has a little bit more power. And that ball is going to be 1 hop off the wall. Going to go in there for a double. So Rudy with a stand-up double. So the A's come out swinging here in the bottom of the 6th inning with a leadoff home run and now a double for Joe Rudy. That puts runners on second base. Here comes Jackson. We're going to intentionally walk Jackson. That puts runners on first and second. And Pattin can go 12 here. This is important if you want to learn endurance for this game, which is one of the trickier things. There's not really much of a learning curve on this game, but if there's anything, it's the endurance. And he has a 12 number. You get points. You get 12 points. He actually gets another point because he retired 9 in a row. So he's 13 today. These are PDFs, so I can write on them. And so you lose a point for every run. Well, not for every run, but if you allow a run, you lose a point. And for every inning you go. So you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 innings. Plus he gave up at least 1 run. That's 6 points he loses. So that puts him at 7 right now. He's at number 7. Got a lot of endurance to go yet. So he's doing okay. Mike Epstein with the bases loaded. It's 3-0 Athletics. And Mike Epstein's up. I'm thinking, do we play the infield? We're going to play the infield. Bases loaded, nobody out. Oh, actually, no, not bases loaded. First and second, my fault. So good. Okay, we're in good shape. So let's roll. Nothing there. Here's the pitch to Mike Epstein. Oh, now 0-9. That's going to be ball 4. It's going to load the bases. So now Pattin running into control issues, although that's his second walk of the game. And here comes Sal Bando with the bases loaded. We're going to play the infield in on the corners, halfway up the middle. And that is an 18. It's a 32 and a 1. All right, so a 1's going to be popped up infield. Second baseman Kubiak is there. Now we're going to go, everybody's going to go halfway. We're looking for the double play. Here's the pitch to Rick Monday. Pattin to Monday with the bases loaded, bottom of the sixth, 3-0 ace. And that's going to be a 33 and a 6. That's a hard, no, medium grounder to short with infield halfway. I don't think they're going to get the double play on this. Bases are loaded, G6, and that is an I, which says runner on first is forced out, other runners advance. So the best they can do is a 6-4, throw to first, not in time. That's going to allow another run to score. Puts runners on first and third for Dave Duncan. 4-0 A's. And here's the pitch from Pattin to Duncan. That is going to be a 19. 19 is a strikeout to retire the side. It's 1, 2, 3 strikeouts for Pattin. But the A's pick up a couple of runs. They lead it on 1, 2 hits and a couple of walks. They leave a couple. And we go to the top of the seventh. The A's are up 4-0. Catfish Hunter in this game has only allowed one hit, two hits in this game. So it's going to be Bill Voss. Voss is 0 for 1. He's got a walk and a strikeout against Catfish Hunter. Here's a pitch from Catfish. That's a 0-2, and that's going to be line base hit right center field. Ted Kubiak is up next. We throw the D20. Looking for that 1. That's a 47 and a 9. That's going to be off Kubiak, and the 9 is going to be a fly ball center field. Selling under it is Rick Monday. Makes the catch. 1 down. Ellie Rodriguez. Catcher is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice, once into a double play. It'll be a 63, and that is a strikeout. So Hunter with number 6. Two outs, and here's Rick Auerbach. Pitch from Hunter. And that's going to be a 53, and that's going to be a deep drive off Auerbach. We're going to roll on Auerbach's deep drive box. The 4 says it's a potential. It's in the shallower parts of the ballpark. And that's a 0-9. No, it's going to be 1 hop off the wall. That's going to score a run. Let's check Voss to make sure. He's average with 2 outs. He becomes fast, and that scores on a double. So the first run of the game for the Brewers. And he drove in number 5. There we go. So here's a pitcher, Pattin. It's a 4-1 ball game. We're in a scoring position. Let's see, real quick, let me go into 1971. No, I don't have to do that because I actually have my roster opened up on my left here. I have my roster on and said I can see quickly. So it's going to be a double, leadoff double. Leadoff double. And now I can look at the rosters here for, if you don't want to do, I'm going to do a walk. Okay, fielder's choice, 4-6. And Cott's going into a double play, 6-4-3. Hold on a second, I'm checking the roster. 6-4-3, but to do that, I got to get into All right, here you go. Let's see who we have here. Bench pitchers. All right, let's see. Let's get a ground ball. Checking the. Now I can check and see here. Okay. We've got games, 83 games. Kenny Sanders, holy smokes. 42 games relieved. No, Kenny Sanders had 83 games relieved. Morris had 42. Lopez had 20. So let's grab the. If I can find it here somewhere. Ah, there they are. All right. The Brewers, they got a couple of guys that can come in. We're going to bring in a guy named Parsa. You know what? Still a close game. Let me bring in more guy, lefty. Who's up? Pat. We're going to pinch hit for Pattin. And then we're going to bring in. Okay, so let's pinch hit for Pattin. Let's see. And then we'll bring in Morris. John Morris is going to come in to pitch because we're going to pinch hit for FAK. Usually what I do is I have these guys set up on the side. I check before the game starts. I didn't do it this time because I haven't played Deep Drive in a while and I haven't played the 71 replay in a while. All right, we're going to bring in a guy named Yates to pinch hit. What we're going to see if we can bring a left. We got Briggs. Briggs is a lefty. And bring him in. So you get all the players. Let me show you here real quick. John Briggs. See that we got look how many players you get there. So John Briggs is coming in to pinch hit. It took a little bit to get pinch hitter. Let me actually. Let me just do something like this so you can see a little bit better. There we go. All right, so Briggs comes in to pinch hit. And it's going to be Morris, the pitcher. All right, so John Briggs versus Jim Catfish Hunter, 2 outs, run around second base. It's a 4-1 ball game. Oakland is up. Jim Catfish Hunter checks with Duncan for the sign. And that is a 47. That's going to be off Briggs. A 2 is a comebacker to Hunter. Feels his position, throws out Briggs, and that retires the side. But the Brewers pick up a run on 2 hits. And we got a new pitcher in the game. It's going to be John Morris, the left, really setting up for to face Jackson and Epstein, the 2 big hitters, 2 big lefty hitters. All right, so it's Dick Green, John Morris versus Dick Green. Pattin went 6. Gave up 4 runs, 4 earned runs. All right, here goes the pitch to Dick Green, who's 1 for 2 today. It's a 72, and that is going to be a strikeout. All right, let's get Morris in there. So Dick Green strikes out Catfish Hunter. He's 0 for 2, slide out twice. And the 23 is going to be a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for John Morris, the lefty. And now it's going to be Bergkamp and Ellis. The bottom of the 7th, that's a 69. That's a strikeout, so Morris comes in, strikes out the side. No runs, no hits. 4-1. Tommy Harper leading it off against Catfish here in the top of the 8th inning. Let's take a look. It's 4-1. Top of the 8th inning. We're playing deep drive baseball. Tommy Harper's up. And it's a 30. 30 is going to be a blank. A 6 is going to be a ground ball to short. Campaneris charges it. And just gets Harper, who runs fast. Mike Keegan with 1 out. That's a 0-9, and that is ball 4. That's the 5th walk today by Hunter. And Dave May's up. That's an 85 and a 3. That's going to be off Hunter, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. Bando's going to go to second for 1, and Heaton goes in hard and breaks up the throw to first. So Dave May, and we're going to double check that. I haven't played this in a while. Runner on first, G5B, lead runner forced out. Yep. I'm remembering. Andy Costco. Lately, I've had a few guys join the Deep Drive Facebook group, so that's one of the reasons I thought I should play a game, just to kind of create some product for the site, because a lot of guys discover this game. 44. This is a good budget game if you're on a budget. 44-2, slow, little number in front of the plate. Catfish quickly off the mound, grabs the ball, throws the first in time to retire the side. Catfish is a good defender. He's a 4. 5 is the best. So we go to the bottom. That's no runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. John Morris is going to face Rudy, and then Jackson and Epstein. Four to 1 ace. Here's the pitch, and that is a 73 and a 5. It's going to be a defensive check. So we're going to roll, and that is a 32, which says it's going to be a range check. A 66. 66, and it's the bottom of the 8th, so that's going to be a left fielder again. And this is another shallow fly ball, and after it is, who's out there? Costco, and he runs it down. So nice play by the left fielder, Costco. 1 out. Here's Reginald Martinez Jackson, who is 0 for 2 with an intentional walk. And that's a 10. That's line base hit. Jackson's on with a single. No advantage for Morris on that, because Morris is not a specialist and Jackson's not a specialist. So there's no real advantage there in that case. But if there's a specialist to come up, then Morris would get the advantage. Here's Epstein with 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 8th, 4 to 1 ace. That's a 37. And a 1 is a pop-up, foul territory. The 7 is odd, so that's going to make it to first baseman in foul ground. And here's Sal Bando. 2 outs, 1 on, bottom of the 8th. 4 to 1, Athletics. That's a 11, and that's going to be line drive base hit. That's going to send Jackson to third. First and third with 2 outs. And I think it's going to be it for let's see if we bring another pitcher here. Hunter was walk, single. Let's see, single. One second, just. All right, let's see. We're looking for another picture. Okay. I'm going to do the back one, undo last play. All right, let's see, Pattin. All right, let's see. Kenny Sanders. Let's bring in Kenny Sanders. It's a close game, and he did pitch in 82 games, so. Or we could bring in Morris. No, Morris is in there already. So let's bring in Sanders. Try to keep this close. These are all my hitters here at the top. Now I get my pitchers start coming up. More hitters. That's a pitcher. Bell. Usually what I do before I play a 3-game set, I get all the pitchers together. I'm looking for Sanders. Now what happens sometimes is you got to go to the last team he played on. I don't know if he's one of those guys. But there he is, Kenny Sanders. All right, perfect. So he's going to come in right now here in the bottom of the 8th. He's going to face, actually, you know what? I got a lefty coming up. Did all that for nothing. Okay, so I'm going to let Morris. Morris can go 2, so he can still has another point. He went one inning. He's going to face Monday as a lefty, but I got Sanders warming up. Here's a pitch. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. It's 83, and that's a 3, which is a ground ball to the first baseman. Hegan steps on the bag ahead of Monday to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits. Top of the 9th. Can Hunter go the 9th, pick up the complete game victory? Let's see what happens. It's 4-3. It won't be the first time that a team has come back. All right, let's go. It's going to be Voss, Kubiak, and Ellie Rodriguez here in the top of the 9th. After this, I got to head out to the post office, drop off a couple of boxes of stuff that I sold. I like how you pause sometimes and talk about the game mechanics. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. What makes you decide which card in Dice Baseball game to play on any given day? That is a great question. And I think I explained why I'm playing this today. Because of recent, the Facebook group has basically gotten a few new members, and nobody's really posting, any content. So just to kind of keep their energy going, I kind of playing this a little bit. I really enjoy playing this game, and once I start, it's hard for me to stop a lot of times. I have actually 3 different replays going with this game. I have a 71 Athletics, which is this one, 71 Mets, a second 71 Mets, because I already completed the first 71 Mets. And then I have a 2019 Mets as well. But, I have that all, it's the data is stored, and so on. I can go back to whenever I want. So here I'm going back to my A's. This is game 40. They're 23-16, and they're well on their way to becoming 24-16. They won their division in 1971, but they got knocked out in the playoffs. They went on to the World Series in 72, 73, and 74. The A's has always been one of those teams that has fascinated me, even as a kid. They were always, a little unconventional, and that was always very appealing or interesting to me. So that's why I decided to replay them. And I didn't want to replay a World Series year. I wanted to replay a non-World Series year. Um, so it's going to be top of the ninth. So that's really a partial answer to your question, I guess. Just different things that come up. If guys ask me about, hey, what do you think about this game? And they happen to mention a game, I'll tell them, hey, listen, I'm going to get it out and I'll play a couple of games for you. And I'll do a tutorial or whatever. Sometimes it's just like, you know what? I get in a rut with what I'm doing with the game I'm playing, and I say I'm gonna put it aside for a week or two, and just do this other game, play this other game, or I pick up a set of cards, I pick up a season. Somebody's selling a season for $35, $40, and I'll be like, you know what? I want to try that game, and I'll buy it, and then I'll get it, and I'll say, okay, let me go back. I may have seasons for that game system, but I don't have that particular new season that I pick up, and that'll get me to play that game. So different things happen. Sometimes a trade with somebody says, "Hey, do you have this?" And I say, "Yeah, what do you have?" And they'll say, "I have this." Okay, I'll take it. And we trade, and that's when I'll try to play a game. I'm setting up to play some replay baseball. I've got my charts out. I've got my cards out. I've pretty much thought of a season I want to play a little bit. So start another replay with that. All right, top of the ninth. It's going to be Bill Voss, the righty. He's a lefty. The right fielder, who's a left-hander, against Jim Catfish Hunter. Catfish has only allowed one run on 4 hits, but he's walked, I believe, 5. Here's a pitch. That is a 0-5. That's going to be line base hit, right center field, cut off by Jackson and right. That's a second hit for Voss today. Kubiak is next. That is an 82 with a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball, center field. On the run is Monday, and he tracks it down. Ellie Rodriguez is up. 0-1. That's a deep. No, that's going to be a line drive, base hit single. And Voss, I believe, is a average runner, so he's going to stop at second. This is a plus, SI plus. SI plus is going to allow the runner to go to third. So first and third, and now there's some movement in the Athletics bullpen. You got Lindblad and Fingers out there. Auerbach. Shortstop at a 203. We may have to look for a pinch hitter here. Let me get through this inning. F8. Single walk, pop at 5. And then there's a bases clearing double in the bottom of the second by Dick Green. And then it was a fly ball to the left in that inning. I got to do this to get to my roster. All right, so let's see who we have. Pinch hitter. We got another Briggs already pinch hit. We can bring in a guy named Wicker, the Wicker Man. And you get everybody. The Wicker Man. My hitters, I say, were on the top. Now, what happens is sometimes if it's a guy who finished the season with another team, you got to go to that other team to find him. So I don't seem to have Wicker. He may have ended up with another team, but he may also be here. We'll see what happens. And you know what? Rather than doing all that, I can just pull a different guy. Make my life much easier. Sometimes I do that, just make my life easier. Yeah, I'm not going to have Wicker. And I'm not even going to look at where he is. He's on another team, so I would have to pull him from another team. I do have all the teams. Let me look at, what's his name? E. Wicker. He only had 8 at bats. I maybe didn't even print him out, actually. So let's see. E. Wicker. Just to show you how this game functions. MLB. What is it? Oh no, it's F. Wicker. It's F. Wicker, MLB. Let's see his stats. There he is. Oh, Floyd Wicker. Floyd Wicker, he should be on Milwaukee in the 70 and 71. Yeah, he played with San Francisco Giants. So that's why he's here right now, but then eventually he ends the season with the Giants. So let's see. See where I have the Giants. Cleveland, Detroit, California. San Francisco Giants. Pittsburgh, Chicago. You know what? I may not have printed the Giants yet, simply because I haven't played them yet in my NL replay. So I usually print out the teams when I play them. If I don't play you, I'm not going to print you out. But I may have, let's see. I may have, I said St. Louis, I have Montreal. Nope, because I'm doing a Seaver replay. Los Angeles, so that's one of the teams I have not printed out. St. Louis, the Giants. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to pull a different pinch hitter. Don't have any more lefties, but I will use. Let me look for somebody with a little bit of power, because a 3-run homer here would tie it up. Mitchell is not on the team right now. Yates has 1 home run and 52 at bats, so he does have some power. Bob Heiss has nothing. Gus Gill is not around. Magic is not around. Tepedino, not around. Rob Ellis, not around. Schofield, not around. Ratliff, not around. Porter, not around. Smith, not around. Danny Walton. Oh, Walton has 3 home runs. Goes up to 47. Danny Walton is going to pinch hit. All right, let's see. A 3-run homer here will tie it. He's going to pinch hit for Auerbach. First and third here against Catfish Hunter. Early 70s is not a time that you pull a starter just like that. So here's a pitch from Hunter with the tying runs on base here in the top of the 9th inning. 4-1 A's. A home run here. Danny Walton hit 3 home runs in 91 plate appearances. 193 batting average, but he does have power. Here's a pitch. And that is a 29, which is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is strikeout number 7 for Catfish. And now we got to go to another pinch hitter because it's the pitcher spot. And Yates has a little bit of power. Pena. Oh, Pena had 3 home runs. No, he's got less power though. Phil Roof had 1 home run. No power there. So we're going to go with Yates. Theobald had 1 home run and 400 bats. Nope, we're going to go with the Alley Eights for the pitcher. Another pinch hitter. Third pinch hitter of the game. I denote it with a squiggly line and also a orange. So another pinch hitter is going to be Alley Eights. All right, 2 outs. So the A's and Hunter 1 out away from this complete game victory. See what happens. And that is a 35. Oh, a 1. That says we got to check. That says we got to check for pass ball, wild pitch, balk, all that fun stuff. The catcher pitcher chart. Catcher pitcher chart. And you know what? We can use that 35. We don't have to roll again. And it's going to be wild pitch, C, D, or F, wild pitch. He is a B wild pitch, so he has good control. So it's not going to be a wild pitch. We're just going to go again and re-roll. Here's a pitch to the pinch hitter, Yates. I can't see that at all. It is an 84 and a 5. That is going to be off of Catfish. A ground ball to second base. Easy pickings for Green. Takes it himself. Steps on the bag for the force. And that is the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on base. Final score. Milwaukee 1, the A's 4. And let's tally the hits real quick. And I usually grab it's easier when I'll do the hits and the walks for both teams. I'll show you how I do that. Just get in color in green for the hits. And then 2 more hits there. So 6 hits. No runs on either side. But Catfish had a lot of walks. He had a walk there. First 4 innings, he walked somebody. Each inning, you had a base on balls. Then he didn't walk anybody until the top of the 8th again. So he's going to have 5 walks, 7 strikeouts, 1 run, 1 earned run, 6 hits, 9 innings, victory, complete game. And that's about it. That's all I really want to do here. I will do the strikeouts in red. I really like to do that for the pitchers. Do the strikeouts in red. So Catfish has an outstanding day using deep drive baseball. So Catfish had 7 Ks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And that's it. The final score. Oh, I didn't do the hits for the Oakland A's, Oakland Athletics. Yeah, I gotta go to post office, drop off some boxes, sold some stuff, some card sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits for the A's as well. And how many walks for the A's? 1 there. And that's about 3 walks. But the A's scored 2 runs in the 2nd and 2 runs in the 6th. Big double by Green. And then it was a solo shot by Campaneris and a RBI fielder's choice by Monday. And that's about it. This is CP Cards and Dice. Hope you enjoyed this presentation of Deep Drive Baseball. It's a lot of fun. It's $12. You get the whole set. Get every player. Plays very easily. has one double-sided sheet of rules. I have a bunch of tutorials out there, one on endurance, one on base run, on C&D Baseball TV with Tony Porter. And basically has two sets of charts, and everything is very easy to follow. It's got the defensive chart, the range chart. That's what you mostly use. Then you have the runner chart and the flyout chart. And then you have the hits, runner chart of hits. But these are all easy to memorize. Once you play 10 games, you got them all down, pretty much, except for the ones that don't happen very often. Then you got a choice chart, try to score, from second to home every so often. You get a choice. And you get your bunt chart and your hit and run is somewhere here as well. Hit and run chart. That's about it. That's the whole game. So I highly recommend this game. Very easy to play. It's fun. You can pick from 2016 to the present. You can do 2001. You can do 1985. You can do 1994. You can do 1971. And then he's got some earlier seasons in the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, something like that. You got to go to Deep Drive Baseball. Check it out. Take care. This is CP Cards and Dice. Thanks for stopping by. It was good talking to you, RF. I hope to see you soon. You good now.